you as a young, woman, African American, raising these kids definitely speak to your leadership skills. It speaks to that woman empowerment vocal that you voice out there all the time. And I want you to kind of like talk a little bit about what it means to you to be a woman in a leadership position.
It means pride. It means confidence. It means that it means self-worth. In a lot of these spaces, I come in really, especially today now, knowing what I have to bring to the table. So I really carry myself in a way that lets my environment know that I did not get this job out of pity. I've earned it. I know my worth, and you are essentially lucky to have me on your team. And I'm okay. Like I'm dead serious, and I can find employment elsewhere. Like I really carry that confidence in me and in everything that I do. Like I can apply somewhere else and get that job because I have worked hard to build that up. But at the same time, I think for me, it also means that I get to create visibility. Right? I show up in a lot of these spaces. I do fundraising, and I do fundraising for in settings like the Seaport Hotel with the individuals in really the top leadership in Boston. Right. And I work with them, and we raise fund for this organization. And I intentionally show up in these spaces, just highlighting, making sure that anyone else who looks like me can see that they can be in this space too, that they belong in these spaces. And so I've often done that, and I'm very intentional about how I show up in these spaces.
Dude, that's awesome. So there's a lot of young women out there who are looking up to you. They're trying to see how you've been able to manage everything that you're doing, taking care of your brothers from high school. Some are now in college, feeding them, being the only person in the house pretty much working full time. Like not one time, maybe 2 to 3 full-time jobs. Managing all that.
Yeah.
And then having to be that leadership voice in the house. What's your message to those young girls? Can they feel like they can do it as well? Or is it overwhelming?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody can do it. Is it hard? Yes. But it was never meant to be easy, right? Like if you look at the journey of any black person, whether you were a descendant of African Americans here, slaves, or you were a black person immigrant from any country, you know that the odds were always stacked against you. So it's not meant to be easy, but we can do it. And if anybody can do it, frankly, it's truly us. It takes a lot of determination, and you have to know what your end goal is, and you just have to stay focused and remember that no matter what's going on around you, keep on moving forward. And that's what keeps me going. So
well, I guess ladies, you heard it first. Keep on moving forward. Take the task on, battle head on, right?
Never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
That's sweet. No, that's I think that's a good message. Someone like myself who has a lot of sisters, I feel like I don't know what the right message is to tell them because the way I do things, they might not necessarily view it that way. Yeah. So they might have to take a different route. So hearing that from you, I think it gives me a little bit of ease to really look back at this podcast, be like, hey, watch what she said.
Whatever that is, right?
Later. Yeah. Watch what she said and then talk to me later.
Yeah.
So I want you to take this moment to, what's your message to young girls all across the country, white, black? You can start with black girls and then go into white girls. What's your message to them so we can move forward together?
My message, I'll say to black girls is that black women are generally the most unprotected. So I want them to protect their energy. We really generally carry the weight, right? When they're killing the black man, we're out on the street and a black woman died, there isn't as much of an outrage. We really carry a lot of weight on our shoulders. That superwoman, superhero narrative, we don't have to be that at all times. So I really want black girls, black women all across throughout this to take the time to protect their energy, to self-care, and, take a pause if you have to take a pause and make sure you're mentally and emotionally okay. And my message to white people, white girls, white women, ooh, white woman. My message would be to white people in general, and it would be that racism is your problem. It's not a black person problem. Racism is your problem. Racism is what you benefit from. Racism is what you have created. Whether you do it, even though it wasn't necessarily created when you probably are alive, and so it is your responsibility to end it. You have the power to. It's not on us to end this. You benefit from this system. You have the responsibility to put an end to it. And now more than ever, we need you to, because enough is enough. It's just that.
Well, with that, we're gonna close it down for today. Mariam, thank you for coming on the show.
This has been fun.
I think this was good. I learned a lot from it personally. I hope that a lot of young girls out there also do learn a lot from it. We're gonna do more of this, obviously.
I hope. It's about to get interesting.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, and maybe we could talk about politics across the world as well, and what's been happening. And so thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you. Do you have any last word?
No, I'm happy to be here. I appreciate you inviting me, and Black Lives Matter, period, by the way. Nothing else after that. And that's all.
Thank you, Mariam.
Thanks, Fiston. Have a good one.